Let's speak about Bionano Genomics, my friends. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor, and just yesterday I made a video on this company. Now, I went ahead, I watched that back, I read all of the comments, I replied to quite a few comments, and I realized that there was a couple of important things that, I really didn't do justice in that video. And despite the fact I'm not an investor and I'm not a genomics expert, I still feel the need to make this video to clear up a couple of things. There was one thing in particular I didn't speak about, okay, which is the fact that they could be looking at FDA approval as early as January 11th. And if they are to get it, it's going to be an absolutely huge catalyst, but if they aren't, I think it's going to do very bad things for the company. That literally is the primary thing I want to speak about. And if you go onto their website, this is the first thing that pops up. Before you click anything, it says Next Generation Cytogenomics Symposium, January 11th to 15th, 2021, and it lets you register. I don't think it actually even works yet. It didn't work for me. But essentially, it's expected that between January 11th to 15th, they may well get FDA approval, which would be absolutely huge. And this is not something I spoke about enough in yesterday's video. There is also one more thing I want to make quite clear, okay? It's in regards to genome sequencing, which is something that PAC-B does, ARK Invest's biggest holding that a lot of people are speaking about. And when we say their biggest holding, I just mean in their ARK gene, not their biggest holding altogether, compared to genome mapping, which is what Bionano Genomics does. Because there is a difference, and I was aware of the difference, but I didn't make it clear enough whatsoever on the video, and that is a very important part of Bionano. So my friends, right before we do get into the video, could I please ask you to hit that juicy like button? Yesterday you guys all told me in the comment section how many shares you bought and at what price. I want to know what your price target is for this company. Also my friend, please feel free to hit that juicy red subscribe button and join the family of investors if you're new around here. Also, if you are interested in joining my private Discord group, my friends, that's the first link in the description. I had people speaking about this before I made videos on them. A lot of those guys have made a couple 100% already. You get access to my buy and sell alerts, over 50 private channels, and also I'm doing a $1,000 cash giveaway, so that's the first link. And if you want some free stocks on Webull, that's the second link in the description, my friends. You have to sign up, deposit $100. It's easy. So before we even get into this, I just want to clear something up. So everybody who knows who Bionano are have seen this at this stage, okay? Publication reveals in side-by-side comparison that method used by PacBio sequencing detects only 72% of the large structural variants detected by optical genome mapping with Sapphire. So essentially, PacBio's sequencing method, okay, their genome sequencing, detected only 72% of the large structural variations that Bionano's optical genome mapping detected across 32 different human genomes. So I didn't stress this enough yesterday. It is very different technology. So what is mapping and sequencing? This makes it really easy here. A sequence spells out the order of every DNA base in the genome, while a map simply identifies a series of landmarks in the genome. I mean, it's kind of in the name. Mapping and sequencing are completely separate processes. And there was one guy in my comment section yesterday who made it sound extraordinarily simple. If there's a forest on fire, would you rather have to go look at every single tree and see if it's on fire, or get an aerial view and see the whole thing? So mapping is essentially the aerial view and sequencing is the one by one. So I will be very careful in future to make sure that, I don't mess up the sequencing and mapping. But I get my words messed up all the time, so hopefully that clears it up. But this here is what I believe could make or break the company in the short term, okay? The Next Generation Cytogenomics Symposium. This is where the company is going to be hoping to get FDA approval. And if they get it, I think it's going to do very, very good things for the stock share price. But if they don't get it, I think it's going to do bad things. And they're going to think maybe that'll be the excuse for the big pullback that a lot of people are expecting. Now, I know a lot of people are directly comparing these guys to PacBio. And it makes sense. Why? It's what's going on in this study right here. And it's also ARK Invest's biggest holding. I think there's a couple of things to consider right here, okay? So right now, their earnings history by quarter. We can see that even their first quarter reported EPS was negative 30 cents, okay? It got a lot better though the next two quarters. Our revenue is 1.14 million, 1.18 million, and 2.2 million. Now, if you go back in time to 2018, 2019, these guys actually had higher revenues at the time. It's been very much so up and down. If we go to PAC-B, who everybody's comparing these guys to, we can actually see that their reported EPS has been worse over the last couple of quarters. Now, it wasn't near as bad 3, 4, 5 quarters ago as Bio's was, but we can also see that their revenue is much higher. We're speaking pretty much 10 times higher right now. But I do think it's also only fair to point out that 6 months ago, this was a sub $4 stock as well, PAC-B was. So I do genuinely really see the appeal. But from an actual growth perspective, they've gone up pretty much the same over the last 6 months, both of these companies. The only difference is that most of it happened with this one over the last 9 days. Now, one more thing that I did not speak enough about in the last video, okay? This study here where they speak about, the fact that their technology is essentially better. The cost of PAC-B's method is estimated, based on list pricing, to be between $10,000 and $20,000 per genome. So Bionano's optical genome mapping, OGM, with Sapphire costs less than $500 per genome and was shown to be significantly more sensitive than the sequencing method. I get it, guys. I see the excitement. I think a lot rides on this FDA approval now, and I understand why people would be willing to take a bet even in the $3, $4, even $5, $6 ranges. I genuinely do. This company has made me look into genomes more so than ever before, so even if I don't play this one, I'm sure I'm going to be getting involved in the genome game at some stage this year because of this company. But right now it looks like a fairy tale. From what we can tell, we have the better technology, and it's cheaper. We are just waiting on FDA approval. And if you actually go onto their Twitter, there's some really interesting information about what's going on from the 11th to the 15th. So you can see here, Tuesday, January 12th, analysis of genome complexity in patients with chronic lymphotic leukemia, and then non-inflammatory and inflammatory breast cancer. This is the kind of thing that these guys can help, that these guys could potentially prevent down the line. Rare and novel genetic drivers in pediatric BR. And you'll see January 11th, what a lot of people will be waiting for, early adopters for prenatal applications. First steps towards clinical validation using optical genome mapping. January 14th, it doesn't stop. High density optical genome mapping and long read sequence and decipher structural composition of ATX and 10 repeat expansion. You guys are getting the picture. This list goes on and on. There is a whole lot to be excited for, and I understand why shareholders are so excited. Now, with that being said, I do still stand by what I had to say in yesterday's video in regards to the price action, but now you guys can understand that a lot will more than likely lie on January 11th through 15th. I mean, there is undoubtedly an absolutely huge gap here. It's looking like there's going to be a bit of a gap up on Monday. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen pre-market just yet, but there's been a lot of people finding out about this company. There's been a lot of people getting very excited. I would potentially expect another gap up. I still stand by that. If I was involved, you know, whatever position I had, more than likely I'm going to be up 100% by now. I'd probably just let the house money run. And I mean, that could turn into absolutely huge profits. And I'm not really a person to take out my initial investment, but when it does come to penny stocks, when it comes to, you know, relatively speculative plays, I have nothing against that. But I did feel the need to make this video to let you guys know that, yes, I understand the catalysts, and they are absolutely massive. And I completely understand why anybody would have invested in this company. But I do find it hard to look past an RSI of 96, nearly 97. I mean, it's still at 84, 85-ish. It could go very high market open on Monday. The MACD looks incredibly bullish. We are very, very, very much so above the 50-day moving average. There's a lot of indicators that a significant pullback is coming, but who knows when it's going to be. Maybe it's going to be when the company's already at $6, $7. But anyway, my friends, that was just a really quick video. I just wanted to clear up those 2 or 3 things in particular. If you watched this video all the way till the end, you, my friend, are a true legend. I really appreciate the support over the last couple of days. If you did enjoy the video, could I please just ask you, hit that juicy like button, drop me a comment down below, and please, my friend, subscribe if you're new around here. All of that helps me out so much. Again, if you are interested in joining that private Discord group, it's a juicy group. There's over 600 investors. Again, you get my buy and sell alerts. There's a penny stock channel. Even though I didn't make a video on them, a lot of guys in there were in these very early. And if you want those free stocks on Webull, that's the second link in the description, my friends. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a beautifully blessed day. I'll see you for another video very soon. Peace.